Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's episode of Vlogmas. So I actually just posted on my Instagram that I wanted to do a Q&A for YouTube. It has been a minute since I've done one, and I'm actually going to split it up into two different portions. So one part will be a fitness related Q&A and this part will be a non-fitness related Q&A. And I got tons of questions on my Instagram, I got some DMs, so I'm going to jump right into this, that way I can answer as many questions as I can. Alright, so the first question is, do you have any tips for moving to LA as a young adult, and what are the best areas to live? I definitely have some tips. So as you guys know, when I moved to Los Angeles last year, well, it's been over a year now, we moved from Chicago to LA, and it was hands down like one of the best decisions that we've ever made. I still to this day believe that. I absolutely love living here. I see myself living in California for the rest of my life. I can never ever go back to the Midwest. I'm just not made out for that weather. I hate the cold. I love summer. I love the beach. I love the vibe of California, the opportunities that are here, and trust me, I'm fully aware that it is not for everyone, especially Los Angeles, but like in the weirdest way, I just absolutely love it here. As far as tips, so living in Los Angeles is definitely expensive. So back in Chicago, and Omar and I made the decision that we were 100% going to move to Los Angeles, we started saving as much money as we could. I remember I was working at a chiropractor's office, and like every single penny that I got from that job went straight into a savings account that I had for Los Angeles. Our first year to save money, we did live in a studio, and although I do still believe that we could have afforded a one bedroom, it helped us so much financially. I believe we were paying around $1,500 and we were living downtown. It was a secure building, it had parking, it had everything we needed. It wasn't the greatest like living arrangement, but financially it was 100% the right decision, and I would not change that if I could go back in time now. It actually makes me appreciate the one bedroom that we have right now so much more. We saved money on leasing one car instead of getting two, and we still to this day share the same car. We decided not to get another one because there's just no point in it. My next car, when I can afford it, will be a Tesla because I love the idea of it. But we still have a little bit less than 2 years on the lease, so it's gonna be a while. Also, make a budget for yourself. Like, know exactly how much you need to cover rent, to cover car insurance, car payment, cell phone bill, whatever else that you have to cover. Make sure that you're able to meet that budget with the savings that you have as well as your income. And in my opinion, it's always good to put some money away for a rainy day because you never know. And I think that's about it for my tips. It's possible, believe in yourself if you truly want to live here, but also make sure that you visit before you move. That way you really get the vibe of LA and the vibe of California overall. That way you know that you're making the right decision, because if you move here and you're signing a lease, that's going to be for at least a year and you can't really do anything about it. Now, areas to live in. LA is so big that it would be hard for me to say. Like, we live downtown, and personally at like the first year I did not like it at all. I wouldn't recommend it. Now we live closer to Santa Monica and Marina del Rey and Venice and stuff, and I absolutely love it. Culver City is a good place to live because it is close to Venice, Santa Monica, and Marina del Rey, but it's also a little bit cheaper as far as rent goes. So yeah, those are just some of my tips. I don't want to make this video like all about moving to LA, so I'm going to move on to the next question. But I would not mind making a video like this, how to move here, how to plan it, all that stuff. So if you're interested, comment below. Next question, are you in school? If so, what are you studying, and do you plan to use it for your fitness career? Yes, I am in school. I'm majoring in public relations, which is a branch of communications, and I would say what I'm learning, I use that in my everyday life, whether that's social media or communicating with another business or a brand. It's been very helpful, so I'm glad that I chose that as my major, and I feel like here in Los Angeles and California overall, I can do a lot with it. So I'm kind of in the right spot for it to be, because it has a lot to do with branding and public image and things like that. How many languages do you speak fluently? So I'm fluent in Ukrainian, Russian, and English. I can read, I can communicate, I can write. And I can understand Polish, but I'm not fluent in it. And I've actually recently been really interested in learning sign language. I've been binge watching Switched at Birth, and that's what like sparked my interest in it, because it just seems so interesting and different from any other language. I've been trying to pick up a few signs from a TV show, but they just do it so fast that I haven't been able to learn much. But now that it's winter break and I have more time on my hands, I am going to look into maybe doing some sort of course online, or I don't know. Comment below if you do know sign language and what is the best way to learn it. And I actually tried to learn Spanish in high school, but my English wasn't perfect back then, so it was really hard to learn a language in another language that you still aren't fluent in. So that kind of sucked. I had to quit. Maybe one day I will go back and try to learn again. Next, are you considering a third cat friend for Drizzy and Drake? To be completely honest, as much as I love cats, I don't see us getting another pet for a very long time. It's a lot to take care of 2 animals already, and at the moment, since we live in a 1-bedroom, if we get another cat, it would be very crowded. If your kitties were humans, which celebrities would they be? I think that Drizzy would be Kevin Hart, because that's just like the voice that I have in my head when I look at him. But for Drake, I feel like, I don't know, I don't really know him as well as I know Drizzy yet, so we're still establishing who he would be. What are your goals for 2018? I think this is my favorite question of the entire Q&A. Honestly, I am looking forward to finishing school. I really want to do another trip, like how Omar and I just did the Europe trip last summer. That was incredible and so eye-opening, and it really helped me grow as a person a lot. So I'd love to go to Asia and go to China and Japan. Those countries have been like on my top list. And actually a big goal of mine and Omar's is to go back to Bali and actually spend like 3 to 4 months there and do some sort of volunteer work, because I loved Bali. Like, to this day, it's still my hands down favorite place that I've ever been, and we were only there for, I think it was like a week or 5 days. It just was not enough time to see everything. I felt so extremely at peace and grounded there that every time I think of like a perfect place where I'd want to be, Bali just comes to mind. So I want to go back. I want to maybe, I don't know, team up with some sort of organization and, like I said, do volunteer work there. And that is like a huge goal of mine. My other goal, of course, is to continue to reach more people with my YouTube channel, with my Instagram account, to put out more valuable information, especially on my YouTube channel, because I feel like here I can really get my thoughts across to you guys and share my life, the good, the bad, the exciting, the not so exciting. I hope that you guys stick with me through 2018 and all the years to come. And that was very sappy, I'm sorry. What is your morning routine like as soon as you wake up? Do you have any specific things that you do right away? Do you have a beauty regimen? Things like that. I would say my morning routine is I get woken up by 2 cats that are just like in my face, and I have to get up and feed them right away. Then I typically brush my teeth, jump right into the shower, get out, drink a ton of water. My goal for 2018 is to actually add meditation into the current morning routine that I have. I don't eat breakfast right away. I usually wait like 2 to 3 hours because I just do not wake up hungry. I just wake up very thirsty. So I listen to my body, and when I get hungry, I'll have breakfast and so on. Do you and Omar agree on the things that you want for the future? For example, marriage or kids or living somewhere new? Most definitely, Omar and I have talked about all of those things, because I feel like that's really important in any relationship, especially because Omar and I have been dating for such a long time and we live together. Those kind of questions do come up, and we do want to get married as well as have 2 kids, but it's not going to be for a while. We're still very young, and there's still so much that we want to experience and places that we want to travel to. Weddings are also very expensive, and Omar has a huge family in Egypt. I have a huge family in Ukraine. Whenever the time comes, that is our plan, but it's not going to be for a while. So I think I'm going to end off this Q&A here. I hope it wasn't too long or too short. I never ever know with like sit down videos. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Part 2 will be coming soon. And if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next episode of Vlogmas.